and welcome to HiSTONY News, bringing you up to date on not-so-current affairs. I'm John.
And I'm Maggie. In today's show, we'll be taking you through the events of the Great Fire of Stony Stratford, which burned down most of St Mary Magdalen Church, but the tower survived.
Talking of the tower, on it were very ugly gargoyles who looked down on people to keep the spirits away.
The designers of these gargoyles would often put their own faces in place of an ugly gargoyle face, just for a laugh.
Long ago, people called stonemasons made creatures called gargoyles. Now let's have a look at how they're doing.
I'm a stone! Don't judge me! Did he just talk? I don't know. That's weird. This one's just laughed at it. Wait, that one just talked.
So why do you make these creatures?
We make them out of stone, obviously.
No, why?
Oh. We make them to scare the evil spirits away. Yeah.
And who do you copy them from?
We copy them from important people.
And sometimes ourselves. Yeah.
Would you class me as important?
No.
Kind of harsh. Okay, let's have a look at their work.
Oh my god. It's scaring me. It hurts me. I just touched one. Yeah, this is weird. Stop that.
This one's talking. This one's talking. This one's talking.
Can you hear it? Yeah. Oh. I'm tired. Come on, let's go. Go. I am a gargoyle. I am a gargoyle. We are the gargoyles. Our job is to scare evil spirits away. Sometimes we scare humans away too. We are the evil spirits.
Hang on. Oh, go away!
It's 1483. Oh, breaking news. Richard, Duke of Gloucester, has kidnapped his nephew, Edward V, from the Rose and Crown pub on Stony Stratford High Street. Oh, it appears he's taking him to the Tower of London. I hope he'll be all right. Oh no. He's just crowned himself King Richard III of England.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, yeah. Over to Felix, our sports presenter.
Thank you, Maggie and John. We are here in the rugby game in Stony Stratford. So we have the Cavaliers and we have the Roundheads. Now, it is a rugby game, so we hope to see fair rules and no cheating. So these teams are hoping to go for goals and we'll see what happens. Hang on. They've got swords. Oh. Okay, that seems to be a war. Okay, there seems to be a professor on site. Let's see what he has to say about this.
The English Civil War started in 1642 between the government and the king. The supporters of the king were called the Cavaliers. The supporters of the government were called the Roundheads. And they disagreed about everything. The war was inevitable as a way in which all problems could be solved. Now watch the terror of the Civil War.
I'm the king around here, so you bow before me and do what I say or die.
We're in charge and you can't tell us what to do.
Yes, we can. I'm the king, God's on my side, and I'm better than you, so bow before me.
Well, they'll have to make a civil war happen.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Oh, I will. We have won, and you've lost.
Well, I don't think they can use the phrase "long live the king" anymore. Back to the studio with you, Maggie and John.
On the scene of the mop fair is Sandra, our roving reporter.
Thanks, Maggie and John. I'm live on the scene of the Ye Olde Apprentice, otherwise known as the mop fair. The annual hiring fair here in Stony Stratford Market Square. People looking for work from all over the area have gathered today, wearing a symbol of their trade. Maids were wearing mop strings, farmers were wearing a piece of corn, cobblers were wearing a piece of leather. Usually if someone wanted a job, the employer would give them a silver shilling, but today they're trying out a new way of doing it under the guidance of Lord Honey. Lord Honey, what are you looking for in a new apprentice?
I'm looking for a good hard worker who can get a job done efficiently and quickly.
Apprentice, why do you want to work for Lord Honey?
I would like the job and I need the money because I'm quite poor. I would like money and a pair of shoes.
He's a great boss and I'd love the money.
Hi, I'm a farmer. I work really hard.
Hi, I'm a cobbler.
Hi, I'm a maid. I think you can.
Yes. That's not fair. I work more harder than you.
Congratulations, mate, on getting a silver shilling.
Thank you. I'm going to spend my silver shilling at the fair.
Find your fortune.
How much is it? Half a silver shilling. Thank you.
I foresee that in the not so distant future that you will get very, very warm.
Okay. Bye. Oh, sorry, I was getting some amazing sweets. I have to go, but yeah, they're really
Okay,
good.
bye.
Can I have some more, please? Thank you. How much is that? Half shilling. Thank you. Bye.
We're here today in 1742 on April the 30th in the bull where this maid is about to burn down Stony Stratford, but she just doesn't know it yet.
What have you done? You've ruined the sheets.
I'm coming. Quick stuff up the chimney.
Hello. Look at their faces. They look so guilty.
And ugly too. Anyway, we've got customers. Come on.
Also, you need to clean that room 4. It's a total mess and someone's just booked it.
Okay, come on, guys.
Now, I'm actually getting quite cold. Let's light a... Oh, something's burning. Mine.
And those hidden sheets in the chimney caught alight and now is about to burn down Stony Stratford.
We will now be handing over to Evie, our weather girl. It's looking rather hot over there, Evie.
Thanks, Maggie and John. It's shaping up to be a flaming good day here in the southeast. This morning, reports of a frosty start were said to end at scorching highs. Over in Wolverton, 13 degrees Celsius, and in Stony Stratford, 400 degrees. That can't be right. Hang on a minute, reports just in. The Great Fire of Stony Stratford has just begun. Back to Maggie and John in the studios.
Now we will be handing over to Andrew. He will be interviewing a pyrologist, Professor Timothy Inferno.
Thank you, Maggie and John. So, Timothy, what got you so interested in fires?
Well, I was fascinated in fires in my childhood, but I know that they can be a very dangerous thing. Also, Stony Stratford has had to suffer a pretty terrible fire in 1742.
What is currently being done to stop these fires?
Well, at the moment there are only good-willed citizens trying to stop the fire, but all they're doing is chucking the water, well, buckets full of water at the top of the flames. But instead they should be chucking it at the bottom of the flames, otherwise the fire will just spread even more and come back up.
What do you hope to do to stop these fires?
Well, I have this great idea called the Fire Brigade. And what the Fire Brigade is a group of people that are trained to handle fire and extinguish it in no time at all.
So how do we contact these fire brigades?
Well, at the moment, all you can do is run as fast as you can to the church and ring on the bells really loudly and hope that the fire brigade hear.
Okay, that's all we have today for our interview with Timothy Inferno. Back to the studio with you, Maggie and John.
Thank you, Andrew. News just in. Some brave souls are helping with the fire right now at 1742. Apparently 146 buildings are being destroyed by the treacherous fire from Stony Stratford all the way down to Old Stratford. Many think the damage could have a total cost of £22,000.
Wow, that's a lot. Luckily, the heroes who were helping to put out the disastrous event have saved all the records, the gold and silver, from Magdalen Church during this fire of the century. It had been locked in a massive chest behind the altar. So, we are really asking, how did they manage it? And the question we really want to know is, who are these people?
Right now, a man named Brown Willis, who is a wealthy landowner living in Bletchley, popped into Stony to agree to pay £30 to mend the tower and to build a new roof for it. He has just told everyone who lives in Stony Stratford to gather together enough money to pay for the mighty task. Brown has just given us a lottery ticket. Oh wait, it's won! But has anyone seen the winning money?
I don't think so. Some say the church may never get rebuilt. The people who helped with the fire were some really good people. But there were bad people too. In the 1800s, one night, two men believed to be railway workers broke into the graveyard. Armed with pickaxes and spades, they started digging up the bodies to sell to medical hospitals and schools. They stole many bodies from the Magdalen Church.
I think the loser of rock, paper, scissors should climb that tower. Fine. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. I win. Rock, paper, scissors. Yes. Fine. Up you go. I think this guy is okay. Yeah. I've got the body. Wait, what was the noise?
There are lots of superstitions about Magdalen Tower there. One is, if the tower ever falls, there will be no more fairs and no more days off.
So here we are back on the HiSTONY News and looking up close at the Magdalen Tower.
This is a very slow coat. Oh, look at those crows.
There are crows circling the tower. Strange. Breaking news! Only a disaster has struck. There's a tragedy on the bridge. It's flooded. And the stagecoach has fallen in the water. This is such a tragedy.
Tragedy? What tragedy?
The coals, it must be the coals.
And that's how the superstitions of the crows circling tower begins. Back to the studio.
It is now present day. Since then, there has only been one fire in Stony Stratford. On the 1st of May 2016 on the High Street. Luckily, no lives were lost.
I'm John.
And I'm Maggie.
You've been watching HiSTONY, your local history news, bringing you up to date on your not so current affairs.
Good night.